Let me stand behind the camera.
Whatever you want to do, bro. You don't have to. The other cars will pop right there.
Come on. This on you, bro.
There you go. All right. Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rafakadash, and double honors unto the apostles, and elders of great millstone, as well as the men that taught them, and peace and blessings to all you out there, my God. Wishing His word with all truth and sincerity, as well as all you believers out there, believing in the gospel. And it's a couple brothers from the Great Millstone Houston camp on the Houston Church, and the Wadi Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai for blessing us with another opportunity to come out and prophesy. You know, another street speaking, you know, to come out, like I said, that Noah did in the face of the world and tell you people y'all fate. You know, tell you people what's coming. You know, whether you believers or not. Can you get that, that Noah, the different one? Whether y'all believe it or not. We're here to tell y'all, again, y'all fate. You know? And we're not here to sugarcoat anything, man. And though we're in an era to where everybody being sugarcoated, and everybody being babied and pacified, we're not here to sugarcoat and pacify nobody. You know, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai sent us down, which the Heavenly Father name is Yahweh, right? Who you people ignorantly call Jehovah or God, and His Son name is Yahweh Shai, who you people ignorantly call Jesus Christ. They sent the prophets down in His last empire, His last heathen rulership, to prophesy one last time. And whether you people out there believe us or not, what we telling y'all will affect y'all life. All these things are prophecy, man. And that's why we can speak boldly and confidently as we always do, because we know it's true. This is Hebrews 11 and verse 7. By faith, Noah, being warned of the Most High of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by which he condemned the world and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith. Right? It says Noah condemned the world. You know, Noah condemned the world. He told them about things that nobody ever witnessed before. So obviously, when he was saying that to that current generation, it would make the perfect sense that they was going to think he was crazy. You have a man come and tell you something that you don't think is humanly possible. And especially in that time, remember, that was pre-diluvian. That was before the flood. So they never seen bad weather. They never seen an earthquake, a tornado, a hurricane, rain, thunder. You know, it's gloomy today. It was perfection every day. So you got a man come and tell you, look, God, Yahweh, gonna flood the whole earth. And a lot of people in that time only knew the known world at that time. Everybody just went in Alaska, you know? People migrated in Alaska and Central South, you know? Even at that time, everything was what they call Pangea. Yeah, everything was together. So you see, everything was perfect at that time. So you having a man telling you, look, the Heavenly Father gonna flood the whole world, not just the city, not just the state, but the whole world. That sound crazy. But guess what? It eventually happened. And he told the world, he told everybody that. Whether they believed him or not, it was still gonna happen. It was true. Hebrews 11 and verse 7. By faith Noah, being warned of the Most High of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by which
by
Right,
by the witch.
he prepared an ark to the saving of his house. Really, that's the thing. Noah, though he had family and friends in the crowd who didn't believe him, he wasn't focused on everybody. He didn't care about everybody. That's the same way we feel. We don't care about all you people who don't believe. That's not our problem. We just here to tell you what's about to happen. We are focusing on our salvation and our wives, children, family salvation. We're not worried about everybody. We just here to tell you what's going to happen. So again, y'all can pass, scarf, think about what y'all want to think in y'all mind. But once everything that we saying come to pass, guess who you gonna think about? Us, the prophets. You got it.
But prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by which he condemned the world and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith.
This is Jeremiah chapter 28 and verse 8. It says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. And we're coming in that stead. You know, we're the prophets coming back. We're out here telling our people that, hey, war is getting ready to take place. Pestilence are taking place. Wars are taking place. I mean, we've been out here, with our elders and apostles, I guess, since 2007 on YouTube, 2007 on YouTube, calling out these things that are taking place on the earth now. All of these things are taking place, but yet it's going to get worse because there's going to be a changing of the guard coming on here soon.
Ezekiel 3 and verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. All right. And as the brother was going into, all right, how the prophets, all right, Jeremiah 28 and 8, how the prophets have always prophesied of war, of evil, and of pestilence. What are all those things combined? Bad times. You see, and that was, all right, one of the main jobs of the prophet, and there was many jobs. What? To warn the house of Israel. As he was going into speaking against many great kingdoms of war, of evil, and of pestilence. The prophets are also set up to teach. The prophets are also set up to speak out prophecy. This is a lot of things going to Son of man, I made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. All right, and as you go in the old, ancient days, all right, you had cities and you had a wall surrounding it. All right, and on top of those walls, you had you had watchmen, all right, who were set up, all right, to watch, all right, for danger, all right, any attacks going on. And that's what Yahweh Shai has set up the prophets to do today, all right, to be a watchman, all right, to warn the nation of Israel, which are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. You see, to warn y'all to repent, or else, all right, or else you will be destroyed, all right, by Yahweh Shai. But it says, Son of man, I make thee a watchman to the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. That's the job of the prophets, to give out that warning, man. And that's what we're out here today doing. All right, giving out the warning. Look, war, evil, pestilence is coming to this earth, man. All right, you better repent, you Israelites out there, all right, be covered under the strong tower of Yahweh Shai.
And all people like to say, or should I say, when we speak about we the prophets, people actually laugh at that. Because they don't think niggas, Hispanics, Native Americans who got Jordans and Nikes and, tattoos, so on and so forth can be the prophets. But the thing is, if the prophets of old was back today, you wouldn't believe there was a prophets either.
That's right.
If Yahweh Shai was here and say, look, I'm the one they called Jesus, who y'all thought was Jesus, a lot of people say, nigga, please. Because the one who people call Jesus, he don't look like a so-called white man. He'll look like a Negro today. And when you go to Revelation 13, if you was to give that description to an officer, say if somebody stole something, and the officer say, what you seen? Well, the dude I see, he had white woolly hair, and his feet, He had a long garment, but I only seen his feet. His feet was like burnt brass. The cops gonna take that description and go look for a dark-skinned man. They ain't gonna look for a white man, Indian man. They're gonna look for a man who got woolly hair, gray woolly hair, who got a long garment on with dark skin. But the prophets, if they was here today, y'all wouldn't believe them either. Y'all would have a problem with them men.
Especially in this generation, people are caught up. Especially in this generation, when people are caught up with, trying to chase the bag, trying to keep up with the, keeping up with the Joneses, trying to chase that bag, or all caught up in the entertainment. So they definitely not going to take these the prophets. They definitely not going to acknowledge us as the prophets, man. But what does the scripture say? Hey, with all these, roughly paraphrasing, when the people are in their affliction, then shall they know that a prophet has been among them. Then they're going to consider the prophets and the word of Yahweh Shai through the prophets, man. You see?
Right, after it happened. When Yahweh Shai was on the scene, you had people who was like in total denial that he was the Lord, but after everybody like, well, he was the Lord.
Yeah.
Nowadays it's easy to say, man, I would have believed in him, man. No, now because we can read and say, damn, well, no, back then, see, people don't think like that now. You could go into the Bible and open and say, man, how they couldn't see he was the Lord? You got to think, back then the whole setting was different. It was only the temple, the law, high priest, the priests, the scribes. They was the men, they was the leaders. They was telling you everything. And the only way as an Israelite, we thought we could be right with the Heavenly Father, you had to keep the law. And we thought the Spirit of the Lord was still in the temple. The thing was, it wasn't, because the Ark of the Covenant wasn't in the temple at the time of Yahweh Shai. So the Spirit of the Lord wasn't even there. Right? So you had this young guy just walk up, and people seeing this man grow up, came up with him, and he ran and said, look, it ain't the law of Moses no more, believe in me. I'm the way. The temple, that's going to be destroyed, I'm the way. Come through me, and then God will deal with you. You know how crazy that sound?
Yeah.
You're like, this nigga tripping.
Yeah.
You really would have to be chosen to follow him, or to, because even like what you going into, even with him doing miracles, like the wicked scribes and Pharisees said, oh, he doing that by Beelzebub. There's always something that they could say, oh, well, that ain't him. But if you walked with him and you saw not only him doing the miracles, the love that he showed, and the people that was at Jordan when John the Baptist baptized him, and the Most High gave witness, this is my only begotten son, But you would also have to be tuned in to the prophecies. That was it.
Now, if you had back then, the reason you had back then, it was known witchcraft, it was known sorcery.
Right.
Like that was known, so it wasn't a big deal. It was a big deal, but when they see miracles, it could be tied to the left hand, because
they had more spirituality back then, so it ain't like, oh, they say, oh, well, that's this.
Yeah.
Today, people don't have no spirituality, they'll freak out. They'll still say the same, oh, that's the devil, but they'll freak out. But yeah, people had more spirituality back then. They understood reincarnation, a whole bunch of stuff that we don't understand, or the masses don't understand, but you got it.
Today when we start doing miracles, you know what they're gonna say? That's AI. That's Photoshop. No, man, for real. Man, that's AI, man. That's why we've been seeing a lot of like AI videos, and you don't know what's reality, what's fake, and man, just, I don't know. So when you start seeing videos, and that's why the Lord really got us going live too. Because you can't really tweak no live video like that, But that's what they gonna say in these, oh, that's AI, but they were saying that back then with Yahweh Shai, though he was doing miracles, but it was known that the left-hand side could do left-hand sorcery.
I'm glad you brought that up. I want to go into that, Revelation 13. You had something, but 2 Thessalonians 2. That's what's coming, man. It's here. Now, I did a video yesterday. The company, I forget the name, but they have 50 employees that took the brain chip. And they were showing the guy with he had a USB plug in the top of his head. Now, I don't know if it was Photoshop but that's what's coming. This is what they were showing in the Matrix. But now this guy who was under the MK Ultra, he was actually on Redacted with what's the guy named? I forget the guy name. It was just him. It wasn't his wife. Clayton Water. He had this guy from MK Ultra on, and he'd been studying the shit, and so now he's pushing. Esau is scared. He pushing that, we got to go to the courts to stop this, but that's because the world don't have the testimony. And for Edomite, that's his best hope, to try to go to the courts and get some shit reversed. But we have Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. And we understand that this must come. These Edomites scared, but he's seen the implications of all of this. And it's about to get bad. And they got weapons where the juice, which is going to work with all of this technology. You say that's pretty much, they got the technology, and everybody with the juice, they can control them right now. But they want to get everybody CHIP.
What was that movie?
He said
Black Widow, the Marvel movie, where
I ain't see that one.
He had the pigs doing stuff. Basically, that's that graphene oxide. It makes them,
Esau did that with a bull.
Yeah.
He actually did that with a bull. Stopped the bull from charging a matador. And he put a chip in the bull's head and made the bull stop charging. So that was decades ago. So where they at with it now, the guy said, when they go to 6G, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. They got the shit on deck, and they've been setting it up, as we've been telling everybody, right under everybody's nose. So now they about ready to unleash it. This is why all of these skirmishes going on all over the world. They want everybody's attention divided, and then they're going to pull the rug from everybody. And it's going to be mandated. See, right now, it's voluntary. Once they really get all this shit ramped up, what they got going on, Trump sent motherfucker, to Venezuela. He got shit going on now. They going to, Yemen? Qatar. Right. Now, that is down south.
Yeah, they down south.
Right. You can check it out, but see, all of these are distractions. And then you got the shit that's still going on in Ukraine and in Gaza, Palestine. And the world is not paying attention that a technological goulash is coming for the world. A technological concentration camp. Bring out Revelation 13:11, right?
Revelation 13 and verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. And he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
That beast is America, man. The 2 lambs is the 2-party system. Republicans and Democrats, modern after ancient Rome. All right, your plebeians and patricians. It's the same setup. This is Rome revised. All right? When you talk about America, it's spiritually Sodom, spiritually Edom. It has attributes of Assyria. And it's Rome revisited. This is Rome up and down. This is Rome. This is Greek, the Grecians. That's why you Negroes go and pledge Greek. But right, we talking about right now, all right, this beast, that's America. The 2 horns is the Republicans and the Democrats, all right? Peter Thiel and Palantir is under lawsuit, as well as Elon Musk They being brought up on these suits because Esau is scared to death. They see what's coming is a total destruction of humanity. For Esau to do what he want to do, merge man with machine, the loss of humanity, people don't really stop to think about the implications of that. You have no connection to the Most High. That's why this is the mark of the beast. And I'm going to spell it out for you. Read on that.
This is Revelation 13, verse 11.
That's fine. You start right back up.
Revelation 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. And he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
Right, that's America. You heard that? Go ahead.
And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him.
Right, roll. Go ahead.
And he causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast.
And this is why this whole setup, the government set up, the structure and all of that pattern after ancient Rome, pay homage to the first beast, which had the rule by some, but yet did live. All right? Their rule was inflicted by James. When Rome was taken down. That would go all the way back to like 90-something AD. You know, when you talk about the 5 good seasons. All right, that was when Jake got up in the rulership seat of Rome, and they inflicted a wound, but they didn't do away with Rome. It was Gustavus went on to dub it the Holy Roman Empire. So it was wounded, but yet it still lived because it was reborn in the 1300s, the mid to late 1300s during the Renaissance era. Renaissance means rebirth, all right? So come to now, that was the 1300s, you come to 1776, and America was set up in that image. Some 400 odd years later. Right? Go ahead.
And causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed.
Right, that deadly wound was healed during the Renaissance. Before that, you had the, well, as I mentioned, the Holy Roman Empire, which is also dubbed the Dark Ages. Israelites was ruling. The Moors took power. You had Jake was running the world. All right? All throughout Europe, Spain, Portugal, over here on this side of the earth. We knew about this side of the world. The Northern Kingdom was already over here, and Jake was doing business with the Northern Kingdom on this side. South, Central, and North America. Esau didn't discover shit. He discovered it for those Edomites when we get into doctrine of discovery. And I believe the Monroe Doctrine, I believe. But he discovered it for them so that they could lay claim and say, oh, this is ours. That's all that was. They didn't find no new land that nobody knew about. They came over here to claim the land where they knew people was. This is why they brought Hebrew, people who spoke the Hebrew and knew the routes. You want to say something?
I was going to say the PayPal bulls and Pope Francis V.
Right, because the bulls. Now, Another went into, when he was in the camp, he went into that a while back. That was one Saturday or one Sunday maybe. He was on Main Street. He went into the actual Capitol Bull. All right. Well, yeah.
I was gonna say basically the Pope was saying anywhere where they don't believe what the Catholicism that we're bringing to them, we got take it and do whatever.
And they basically they don't look at you as people, and therefore you need to be civilized. That's why they push that whole savage narrative when we made it.
savage.
And they were savage. Right. But go back to that.
This is Revelation 13 and verse 12. And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him.
Bro, right. They set up a Senate, Congress. You know, that's how they govern, just like ancient Rome. And this whole setup, your centurion as your police force.
Infrastructure.
Right, infrastructure, the building, and what they teach you. Right? You gotta learn a little Latin if you go move up that, social scale. If you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, if you want to get into phlebotomy, botany, you got to learn that Latin. All right? You got it out.
And causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. Verse 13, he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men.
Right. He do these great wonders by way of his armory and the missiles. Nobody had an armory or was able to accomplish what this man has accomplished throughout, in our time, in modern history. When you talk about going back to Nebuchadnezzar's image and the great empires, they never had the might that this man has achieved, all right, through his armory and his ability to deliver these, or that said armory, all right, by way of his stealth bombers, his jets, and his planes. That's where he ruled. Remember, his power is the prince of the power of the air. So when it comes to air superiority, he has doctrine. But he also created the missiles to make fire rain down from heaven. Now, it's just like the young priest was saying a while ago. That's nothing to us because we all grew up with it. We all grew up hearing about Hiroshima and Nagasaki, but if you stop and think, that's powerful. That's a great wonder. Read that again. And the pinnacle of him doing that was Nagasaki and Hiroshima when he dropped the atom bomb. All right? But this more exclusively goes into the campaign at Kosovo with NATO.
Right.
Because NATO is the beast. We're part of the beast. EU and NATO is the beast. All right? Now, where does America come in? Because America here, talking about America, the beast with two horns, she sits on the beast. So it's a relationship there. You don't get on the beast you don't know. You liable to get killed. Like a wild horse or somebody else's horse that don't know you, that horse will throw you, will mess you up.
Yeah.
You got to have a relationship with that beast to ride and to control it, make it do what you want to do, go where you want to go. That's America. So read it again, now.
Revelation 13 and 13.
She knows this beast intimately, very well. They are in bed together. Go ahead.
Revelation 13 and 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth.
On the earth.
In the sight of men.
And then when you think about how they set up, I think they're A-bomb too, but these thermonuclear bombs, I think they're atom bomb too. They literally send fire down. They detonate in the sky.
Right.
And literally send fire, down on.
That's crazy.
Right. They don't hit the ground and detonate.
Right.
They literally rain fire down.
That's heavy.
So that's Esau. Read it again.
Revelation 13 and verse 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth.
Right, through his armory and his nuclear armory. You got it.
In the sight of men.
Go to right here. Isaiah 45:17.
Isaiah, how you doing? Chapter 54.
It's a book. The prophet. Saint Isaiah.
You gotta carry that. Switch it out.
This is Isaiah chapter 54 and verse 16. It says, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
And see, that's the Most High. He created the nuclear physicists, everybody that it took to create the missile. They probably had quantum physicists. I believe Einstein was in quantum.
Operation Paperclip.
Oh, that was about. Right. That's what that was about, to bring them German scientists in to create the Cold War between America and Russia, and creating the missile. They had the arms race, then they had the race to the moon. But it was team. It was the Teamanites, that was responsible for these technologies. And the technology that we're talking about here, read that again.
This is Isaiah chapter 54 and
Teaming or the Germans, all right?
verse 16. It says,
Oh, and get this. Now, Moab and Ammon surpassing them in technology. And the teaming, they still got it, but the best cars now, the Japanese and Chinese. All the best shoes coming out of China or Japan.
processing chips.
Oh, the chips, they got it locked. That was the whole shit about in Taiwan. Right. Right. It was Silicon Valley is a joke now. But yeah, that's funny, but Esau going down. You got groups outperforming you because you're so goddamn greedy. You sold all your shit to everybody, and now they outperforming you. And you've been trying to suppress us, don't want us to have anything, us, and we still outshining you. And now here you are at the fucking bottom. As Apostle Tahar said, your woman, you're losing your woman, you're losing your society. Everything is crumbling for you, and now you're scared because these lunatics got this technology, and they want to literally control everybody. And that's the scary part. Esau know that these are socio and psychopaths. When y'all went up there and let them put that shit in your vein, now y'all fixing to go and let them put these devices in. These people are socio and psychopaths.
If I may add, just going off what you said, there was coming out information coming out. This man, he was a bunch of part of the CIA, and he particular information and particular inside things that they did. What they did was they created a germ in some lab, and they sprayed the germ out into San Francisco, and it got people. And they were basically testing the germ out.
That was Operation Sea Spray.
Okay.
Talking about the Navy in the 50s, the U.S. Navy. Talking about San Francisco.
Okay, yeah.
In the 50s, they sprayed the biological agent. Yeah, that was agent Operation Sea Spray. Being the brother covered that on Thursday Live. Maybe 2 weeks ago, we had briefly brought it up. Right, that was the U.S. Navy in the 1950s, but you got it out.
It just shows you the Esau's a mad scientist, a psychopath, man, sociopath, man. Only a devil would want to do some shit like that, man. Let's see if they'll get sick.
Or the effects. That's why they gave them Tuskegee Airmen syphilis. They just wanted to see what it would do long term. Ain't that some shit?
That's crazy. That's so.
But the kingdom is coming. We're gonna have some experiments too for their ass. We like to experiment too.
Yeah.
Right. And the Lord gonna let us, as long as we in the law, I'm gonna experiment, see how far I can kick a cracker head. And that's gonna be a sport.
When you just said that, they
Like polo, you just put them in the ground, have just their heads to
Yeah.
we all just go around. Okay, your turn, brother. Oh shit! Oh, I can beat that.
Hey, you know that punching thing, that
Yeah.
boxing thing in the store. You gotta hit it to see how hard you go. Have an eater might hanging upside
Yeah,
down,
look
and
at
his
that.
head is dangling and shit.
well, like they used to do us when they, you know, when you used to drop them in the water, they used to put a head up there. They used to throw baseballs at the head. You know, so shit. Hey, what comes around goes around. Say meditate terror.
Meditate terrible. Okay, let's go back to Isaiah. I didn't finish that.
Isaiah chapter 54 and verse 16, it says, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
Right, because that's equated to a weapons maker. The smith in the ancient days made your weapons. Right. So the modern day smith, in this case, the case of the thermonuclear missile, you need a different type of smith. You need them scientists. All right. Go ahead.
And that bringeth forth an instrument for his work.
For the Most High's work. All right. For his work. You got it.
And I have created the waster to destroy.
Most High created the waster to destroy. I'm good. That's all I needed. Go back to that. So the most High gave the man this technology to bring the fire down from heaven, just to show you that this is all in the scope of the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Go ahead.
Revelation 13 and verse 14, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast.
So, and this is the part where we're coming to him and his miracle, all right? With his brain chip, giving mobility to the lame, sight to the blind, hearing to the deaf. You know, they're making these claims, you know, and I guess on some level they're doing it. But I mean, but Esau is always some perverted side effect or something on the flip side. So I can see now, but you know, shit, my rod don't work. Or it's something, it's always something. But he's gonna make these claims and these promises. All right, oh, we can do this now. We have the power and the technology to do that. You know, oh, we can plug you into the cloud. You know,
Start that back with what the $6 million man. We have the technology. We can make him better, stronger.
And a bionic woman.
Able to leap tall buildings.
and this is what they're gonna be pushing to you. Oh, you can be incredible.
Ding, 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 ding.
You can be amazing. They're gonna push it, you know. And then what you gonna get, then you ain't gonna like.
Yeah, like with the MOTV, they're going to present it as, oh, it's good for your health. When you go to the emergency room, they'll get your information up, boom, and they get all your information. It's quick, you know, convenient. All these things, but guess what? Revelation 13 and 16 states, guess what? There's going to be a noisome and grievous sore upon those that take the mark of the beast. And that's according to what you're saying. There's always a consequence to your action, man. You take that MOTV. Ultimately, you're going to be destroyed, of course, but you're also going to have cancerous, tumorous sores on you, man, from taking that. Because you got all types of signals going in and out your body. That's going to pollute it's going to fuck up the balance of the body, man.
And it caused it, and I was reading up on it. I know y'all know, but
Break it on down, bro.
it was I was reading the other night, the When you take the medicine, when you take the shot, what they got to do with the signals and everything, it don't go well with the body. They already know that it causes cancer things in your body already, in the bloodstream. And they say that you can't do it, but they're gonna do it. They already said it, and that was gonna cause that cancer sore person all the body.
They know already because we are bioelectrical beings. We have frequency. We have spirit and soul. But, you know, your neurons, those are electric signals your spinal cord, where I'm doing this is the electrical signal from my brain. So when you put another system in, he's putting another system in you. Yeah. And this is why it's the mark of the world. We're going to get into that. Read that again, though.
Revelation 13 and 14, and deceiveth them.
Yeah, he want to put a foreign operating system in you. The Most High has his operating system in us. That's why all that free will and the shit people be talking about, that's bullshit. The Most High runs us with his operating system. His Yahweh is encoded in everybody's DNA.
Revelation 13 is...
Go ahead. And that's what they want to override. But I need visuals to show you that. But go ahead.
Revelation 13 and 14, and deceiving them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast.
So he had the power to do miracles. Go to 2 Thessalonians 2. Just like
This is 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 10. 9. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 9. Even him whose coming is after the working.
Okay,
2 Thessalonians 2 and 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed.
Then shall that wicked be revealed. And who was Paul talking about? None other than the very wicked that Job was talking about in the 9th chapter, in the 24th verse of the book of Job. That the earth will be given into the hand of the wicked. All right? In these very times that we are in. All right, the last days. We are under the rulership and we are in the kingdom of the wicked. So Paul was saying, then shall that wicked be revealed. He was talking about the Edomites, the Romans, more specifically. Now, we are in the revised Roman Empire. They're being revealed. All right. Paul and the disciples, but he saw was still a mystery at that time. Well, that the Edomites were the wicked. That was a mystery still then. They didn't know at that point. But now all has been disclosed. Go ahead.
2 Thessalonians 2 and 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
Right. That very testimony of our Lord Yahushua. All right? We're consuming him with the spirit of prophecy. This whole kingdom is since the apostles hit YouTube. I already know they've been fucking up New York, but when they went on YouTube, they really put a lick on this man's, his global system. They heard it. Esau is feeling it. They feeling it. He's prophesying. That million-man march, they laughed at that. They watched that for fun.
Yeah.
When they go and they want to have a good time, they just watch the million-man. That shit was hilarious. But that ain't moved the Richter scale. None. This right here, they scared of this. Trust me. They scared of this. All the other shit Negroes been doing, marching and crying and screaming and hollering, that don't move the Richter scale on taking down this society or this system. This, because it's not of us,
Right.
this is from on high.
Right.
They need smoking a little bit. All right? We are the handwriting on the wall. The early warning system. What you had out? Did I have you? Oh, please that in. Stay with me. Finish this. Alright. Finish that.
Then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Right. Go ahead.
Verse 9, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan.
Even him who's coming is after the working of Satan. That's Esau Edom. All right? He came to do the will and the bidding of their master. They came to do the bidding of their master, Satan. All right? This is why the world is in upheaval. This is why it's chaos. Everywhere you see that everybody's out of order. Women out of order, children out of order, men are out of order. Right? Society allows it. It promotes it. Alright? And the madness of Babylon has infected the entire world. Go ahead, finish that out.
Verse 9, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders.
With all power and signs and lying wonders. All right? I'm saying wonders that he deceived you. Okay? This is what's coming. Lying wonders. Read that one more time and then you get them truth.
2 Thessalonians 2 and 9, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders.
Powers and signs and lying wonders. All right? Look here, we can do this and we can do that, which, like I said, I'm sure they can to some degree, but the good parts of it won't be given to the general public. This is for your control. They gonna lie to you so you can accept it. All right? And the wonders that they gonna have you to believe that, this is all fine and good. Actually goes against the Most High. And they ain't gonna tell you that part. That the Most High is against you taking this. And this is why we've been going a great millstone overtime. Where everybody else is denying to tell you, what are they lying to you? We're giving you the real deal. So, hold that, Doc. You do this.
I got a couple. All right. It's in Revelation chapter 6 and verse 4. It says, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword.
A great sword. That's key to let you know. Plus the redness let you know who it's talking about. It's talking about that red horse representing Esau Edom. All right? Them as a whole in this last day, that they would be responsible for the world being in this upheaval. That they would be the ones to take peace from the earth. Go through it again.
This is Revelation chapter 6 and verse 4.
And they're working overtime. Trump is working overtime. Right now, he all campaigned on peace and in the Ukraine war in an hour, or however long he said. And I'm in that in Palestine. And they both ramped up.
Yeah.
Both of them have ramped up. Now they talking about this completely taking Palestine. They said, to hell with you, Palestinians. They're going to create a Mideast Riviera.
Or they want to.
Yeah, that's what they gonna do. He ain't just saying some shit. No, but that's what he want to do. That's what he's saying. But you know, the whole world is at unrest. Go ahead, I hit it again.
It's in Revelation chapter 6 and verse 4. It says, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
That's right, this horse would take peace from the earth. All right? And that's these Edomites in this final rulership. Go ahead.
And that they should kill one another.
Don't you see that? It's killing all over the world. People killing one another. Go ahead.
And there was given unto him a great sword.
Great sword. All right? The devil got a great sword. Not only he got the nuclear arsenal, he got this new now, he has silent weapons for quiet wars. All right? In the form of these 5G towers. Those are weapon systems.
Right there, the lights with that stick on them.
They can mind control you with lights. That's why the flicker and the flash and the colors of light, they got it down to a science. They've been doing this since the 50s. Well, going back to Project Paperclip since the 30s. You know, under the third Reich with Hitler. And them psychopaths that was working under him, them scientists. You know? So, yeah, they got it down to a science. Like, that's why with the TV, you can't see it, but it's flickering, and that's why it puts you in that theta wave state. You go into theta where you're open for suggestion, you're open to hypnosis. Theta wave. That's what their blue light and their flicker rate, it opens you up. Television program. Through programming. Now we're getting back to that because all of this is tied to the beast. Now that's what all this is about. When you talk about government, what does it mean?
To government, to control.
What's the etymology?
I'm not sure how.
Gov is to control. Mint is mind.
Okay.
When you talk about government, you're talking about mind control. That's the etymology of it. Gov is to control, and mint is mind.
That mint comes from the Latin mental, which is mind.
Right, so we can be talking about mind control. So now, you saw government is going to the ultimate form of government, or mind control, which is this technological terrorists that they want to implant. All right. Oh, you can finish up.
That was it.
Go to the next.
Okay, this is the next.
Yeah.
This is right to the point. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 14 and verse 7. It says, if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at his last end he will declare his wickedness. Ecclesiastes.
Okay.
Ecclesiastes. The book of
Say,
Sirach.
no 14 is the But yeah, hit it one more time.
God, this is Ecclesiastes of the book of Sirach, chapter 14 and verse 7. It says, if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wicked. At the last he will declare his wickedness.
Yeah, it's collateral good. If he do good, it's collateral. He didn't mean that.
Damn, I ain't meant to
It
do
was
that.
accident. Yeah.
I mean, that's like all of his science that he's gone into with these different, messing with the lights and all. He could use these things for good, but yet.
Oh, that's why you can't get hold your thought. That's why you can't get an incandescent bulb no more. Everything is the LED because they flicker. But go ahead.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, he has these things that are made for good, but yet he turns them into wickedness. He does evil with them. And you know, that's his goal. That's his goal to throw you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans off. You know, no matter what he does, yeah.
You know what? That's right, because with testimony, I always go to a certain HEB down here in Texas, and I don't know if it's like with the lightning or something. I don't know what it is.
Here, everything better.
No, it's a grocery store.
Grocery store.
Back east, they don't know. They
Yeah,
might
yeah,
not
yeah.
know about the HEB.
It's a grocery
but
store.
Yeah, that's the grocery store.
But the lighting is all weird down there. But every time I go in that particular HEB, I can go to an HEB down the street and I'll be fine, or another store, Walmart. But it's that particular HEB, when I go in there, I feel dizzy. I start sweating. I don't know. I get headache.
Yeah.
See, but no, I always thought it
Lights
was
will
me.
do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
lights will do that too.
They showed that in the movie Watchmen. You know, the series where in Oklahoma, basically, it's fiction, but they had all the Negroes in the movie theater, and they flashed the lights, and then they all started attacking each other. So I mean, they've been working on these different technologies for decades.
I'm gonna put it to the group chat, but the lights that they got right here with the signals on them, the guy was waiting that it's just LED and they could change the light, and when they flicker, that's how they control the people. When they flicker at night, they can control them. All these street lights.
I was just gonna say, in the New Hope, they had an example of that. They were in the little room, and everybody got a little flash on their phone and started tripping out, like MK Ultra.
And the cars today, all right, they interact with all the lights and all of that. The antennas on the cars and shit, they say it's basically, you like riding in you constantly being beamed. You riding in I don't want to say, it is a computer, but you are a receiver. Your car receiving and transmitting. I know this for a fact because my car tell me what the speed limit on any road is.
Right.
And it'll match the sign.
OnStar.
Yeah, when they did OnStar, that's what that was about. With the satellite or whatever. I never had it, but people say they didn't like it.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about something else, but that North Star, and you see they done away with it.
OnStar.
OnStar, that's what I'm
OnStar.
thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you said, OnStar, brother. Yeah.
OnStar is the engine.
The engine, yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. The engine. They say that the engine will work the shit. But anyway, the lights, sound, and then the actual frequency of sound. But they showed that. You seen the Kingsmen when they was in the church. And they had the phones and they beamed the signal to the church, and everybody started killing each other. You know? So, and that's old technology. But yeah, that was it on that. Okay, let's go back to Revelation 13.
What you left up on?
I think 16.
14.
14. Okay.
14.
That we didn't say that.
You didn't get all of it.
We stopped at sight of the week. Started
Yeah.
This is Revelation 13 and 14. And deceiving them that dwelt on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in sight of the beast.
Right, so Esau was going to deceive the world. All right? They're going to have some Edomites, some black folks come up, and they're going to be blind, and they're going to say, oh, I can see. You know? They're going to be coming in with a wheelchair. Must going to turn their chip on, and they're going to get up and do a jig. You know? Dance only a couple of days in 30 years. And people going to be seeing it. I want that. They're going to see people, you know, they're taking phone calls in their head. The brother was talking about convenience, waving their hand to get access to things. And so that's going to appeal to a lot of people. It ain't going to appeal to everybody, but that's going to appeal to a lot of people. And they're going to go and get it. It's like every so often, 2 or 3 years, they advertise for the same iPhone, but they just put another, it's the 19, but it's really the 13. And they just might add another app to it.
Another camera.
Or they beef up the camera or something. Right. And these brothers know.
New emojis.
You just said that the smartphone's going to be obsolete now. It's
Yeah.
going to be all part of your body.
But the thing is, right, how they sell it. Esau is the master salesman. And they're going to sell it with these miracles. You know?
It was him that sold Eve that paradise.
And he sold the fruit to Eve. That was his fault. The apple don't fall far from the tree. Unintended. But, that's how they gonna sell it, by these miracles. They're gonna deceive the people. All right? But you got it out.
Saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live.
Right, they're gonna make an image to ancient Rome. That image is, in effect, we're standing in that image. America is that image. All right? So that Rome is gone global, though. Under that 3-city state. But America is the main hub. This is the centralized military power. Right here, D.C., District of Criminals. You got it, Zach.
Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
He had power to give life to that image, all right, because the earth was given into the earth was given into his hands. You understand? So with that comes certain powers. All right? The Most High gave this man power to run the earth. And so with that he said, we're going to go back and live our glory days of ancient Rome. We're going to have people voting again. We ain't going to sit on no throne. We're going to set up a Senate house and let the people vote so they can feel empowered and we can run roughshod over the world and fulfill our psychopathic lusts. That's what they did in ancient Rome. That's what they're doing today. That's what Epstein Island is about. Back in the day, it was what? Pompeii. Pompeii was Epstein Island back in the day. That's why the Most High smoked that place.
Mentors. They had mentors in the Roman kingdom. That goes back
Oh
to
yeah,
the
pederasty, pedophilia. That's right.
Catamites.
What's that?
Catamites, that's little young boys.
Okay.
Little young boy servants who had older men abusing them. But in Rome they call them catamites. That was a legal word for it.
See? And now you understand your ditties. That's what he was about. That's what he did with Beaver. That's what he did with the Usher.
YK Osiris.
Say that again?
YK Osiris.
Oh, I don't know him, but I mean, that's what they do. Yeah, and then the gladiator game, the NFL. This is ancient Rome. Your NFL, your NBA, your baseball. Those are all the gladiators.
And you go gamble at Caesar's Palace. They do all that for everything for the football and things. Caesar, that's all they say. Caesar number goes into all that.
Then they got the pyramids.
Yellow pyramid, all that.
Yeah, Las Vegas is crazy. In the middle of the desert.
Yeah, no water.
Tons. I was all about design. But I had a point. But go ahead.
That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
We're coming to this point. And there's going to be a great insurrection against those that fear the Lord. It's coming down to the wire where either you serve this beast or you die. Now we know all the brothers going to be good. Both sides, he may martyr some. You know, well, yeah, the scripture says some that's going to be beheaded. So the Most High is going to martyr some, but it's going to be some that's going to make it through. And then not only make it through, the Most High is going to lift up a standard for certain others. All right? So go at this devil, okay, to resist his plans, to upset his enterprise. All right? But yeah, it's going to be a lot of death and killing. Read that again.
I'm going to start it again.
Yeah, you try.
This Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
Right, because this is his kingdom, this is his rulership. Go ahead.
That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
That is speaking. This is where the guy came in and he was saying we got to get to the courts and change this in the courts. But when you talk about speaking, you're talking about legislation. All right? And there's already a legal framework in place for this. But, like the guy said, you have to come up with a whole new framework. Because the courts that exist now, they're maritime courts, masquerading as courts of we the people, common law courts. They're not common law courts. They're maritime admiralty courts, maritime admiralty courts, and they rule from the high seas on behalf of the bay. Now, I'm bringing that up to say the law and the legal framework for that deals with us, the people. But when you talk about being in cyberspace or being merged with a machine, that's a whole different implication right there. You're no longer human, you're no longer what they term as a person. All right? And this is what the guy was talking about, a complete loss of humanity. He's no longer human. The laws no longer apply to transhuman, or whatever that is that they plan to make you into. Ultimately, they want to put you in cyberspace, or some of it, just like they showed on the Matrix. That was actually, when I first saw the Matrix, I saw it as entertainment. That was actually a fucking documentary. And seeing what I see and knowing what I know now is clear. That was a documentary, and an Israelite woman created it, Sophia Stewart.
And the Terminator.
Stolen by Esau. Right, she did. The Terminator was meant to be one story. It was all one story. All right. And Esau do what he does. As the Jews, who was that said there? You got people who manufacture, and you got people who invent. Or you have the great minds. Then you have the actual laborers who produce, Then you got the Jew, who they come in and sell, where they steal and sell what other people done already thought of and created. That's their contribution to humanity. Profit off of your shit. And even charge you. Right. You got guys, Chappelle can't use his name. And he's not the only one.
That's why Prince changed
Yeah, that's why
his
Prince.
name to the symbol.
That's it. He can use it, but he has to pay the cracker to use his own name. So he said, fuck it, I'm gonna be a simple.
Yeah, that's simple. That's simple. I was reading like artist. He came with shaking. That right there is translated to them now. They sold to his beard is sold and transport. He can't trade it. He get all his money because they market it off of his beard.
See, that's the world we coming into. That's the world where we coming into, where they want to own and control you, period, every aspect of you. That's why all them artists were selling their catalogs during the shutdown. Esau was he wanted to put everybody in the matrix. That he could play Neo when he wants to and go into the matrix and be a god over everybody, and then he gonna be the only one. This is how he wanted life to be. Him and his people be the only ones on earth. Everybody else in the matrix. But yeah, he said it from the top.
This Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Right, we know it as get down or lay down. Esau gonna be on that campaign. And it'll be, start off, you'll be ostracized from humanity or from their 15-minute cities and from participating. You won't be able to hold a job, you won't be able to do nothing. But then, there's gonna come a time, they're gonna send out the drones, the robot dogs, and they're gonna target people that's in the woods. Or thinking, yeah. This is they gonna kill those who not down with the system. And they got these drones, they got ones that move fast as bullets. They got one that fire bullets, you know. And they got these robot dogs, they go over any terrain. And they you kick them and they pop right there. Them motherfuckers is something else.
There's
They can fit them with weapons.
like the machines in the Terminator series. They run off of biodegradable fuel, basically. But what it is they're gonna consume
They got
corpses.
They got that. We spoke about that years ago. These machines that all they do is go around and scoop up dead bodies. And so yeah, that's coming. That's coming too. What they call it?
You don't have to be dead.
Soylent Green. Soylent Green is here. It ain't coming. It's here. And the biofuel. Right. That's a real thing. And I forget the name of that machine, but they kind of swept it under the rug. But yeah, they got a machine that just go around and scoop up bodies. Why would they have it?
Hey, man.
For Jacob's trouble. You heard about it.
I've heard about it.
So you got it, right?
It's Revelation 13 and 16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
So he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark either in their right hand or in their forehead. And we see the big push being made right now, Elon Musk, all right, in conjunction with Palantir, All right. In conjunction with NVIDIA. In conjunction with all of this shit. And guess who's at the helm? Moab. We mentioned earlier how they got the technological supremacy right now. They're going to be over a lot of this shit. This is why these Edomites scared to fucking death. And I say bring it on. You know? But right, he calls it all. Because he's putting a system in place to where you're going to have to have it to be a part of society. Or either you get ostracized from society. All right? And then, right, yeah, that's your house. You can't pay rent. Because you won't be able to hold a job. And then there goes your car, which they going to be, the cars will be a thing of the past. If we still here by 2030, and if you really look, because I picked this up years ago. (2023) or 2024. Now, when I usually go to renew my bank card, they put 5, 6, 7 years on it. But when I went in like 2023, it only went to 2027. Or it was either 2024, it might have been 2024. And I was like, damn, only 3 years. But I know why. If y'all look at y'all cards, what's your
This is 28.
28, they ain't gonna go 27, they're not gonna go past 28. I guarantee you.
That was all 28.
What you say? 30. But that's a little tip card, that's your real credit. Okay, you got 30. I doubt you'll see past 30 because they know the cashless society and cardless. You say cashless, but you gotta say where the digital currency is coming. Cashless, cardless society. You know? So he's causing all by doing away with what we once knew as currency, as money. He's doing away with it. So he's been devaluing it for the past, since 08, he's been devaluing it. And now that it's completely worthless, they're getting ready to go to digital currency. Go ahead. So he calls it all. You got it.
This Revelation 13 and 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
So right, they're going to, you know, etch you out of buying and selling. So, you know, you have to really been walking in faith in these times. So in that hour of temptation, see, all of these things I'm talking about are the temptations. You being able to pay your rent, that's a temptation. People don't like being homeless. You know, like I was saying last week, the pride of life is going to get a lot of these people. You know, I can't be seen homeless. I can't be seen out on the street. Or I can't be seen in no bread line or soup line. You know, yeah, you'll be able to eat. That's a major temptation for people to eat. That's all it's going to take from half of the people. Then you got medical. That's going to get everybody else. The food will get half, medical will get the other half. Because Babylon has been feeding everybody garbage, forcing us to breathe this garbage. Everybody's sick.
Medicine will probably get them before the food.
And then the medicine kills you. It takes you out. Yeah. You go into them for help, they put you on medicine, the medicine finish you off. Ain't that a bitch?
Antidepressant meds, you can't get off of it, you can't just stop it suddenly.
Glad you brought that up. But that's a big thing, depression, for these people that's getting this brain chip. And for children that, you know, grew up on these phones. these devices is what's responsible for a lot of the depression, because it's throwing off people's natural frequencies and blocking the natural frequencies we get from the sun and from the earth. You walk around insulated all day. You get no connection. Nobody take their shoes off and ground. I wouldn't ground on half of this shit around here. Everything is polluted. And we are thrown off of our natural, we're thrown off of life. Now, not so much us, but just as a whole, our people. Their rhythm is off. Now that brings me back to this MOTB. Why the mark of the beast? Because that's the beast branding you and saying you belong to me. That's Esau saying your ass is mine, ultimately Satan. So what's the whole point of it? Permanent and or instantaneous possession. Demonic possession. That's what it's all about. Remember all of them demons that said, Lord, if you come to cast us out before, he said before our time. Right. Well, what was that time? If this ain't it, I don't know what it is. But they was given the time, so the Lord, he put them in the swine, and the swine ran off the cliff into the ocean. But see, now that's what all this technology is about, for these demons could, like you saw in the Matrix, what the agents was doing. This technology gives them demons that same power to jump on anybody at any time, and then they can't exercise it. See, right now, a demon can get on you, we can exercise, because they do. They get on me. And then they get the fuck on. I know how to exercise them. Brothers know how to exercise them. You got to learn how to exercise your own demons. Some, well, like the Lord say, the ultimate pray and fast. Some don't go out but by prayer and fasting, and that's pretty much all you need to know. You get in these foul moods, those are demons. Pray and fast. You see? But when you get this technology, they get on you. That's it. They there till they get, unless they say, you know. And another way, like the scriptures say, take your hand off this pot. Then you get 8 demons, and they ain't leaving. And it's not that the demons can't be exercised, but that you made your allegiance to the beast, so you belong to the beast. The Most High can't help it. Why would he? You want to be with the beast. Be with the beast, motherfucker. So yeah, you ain't no help. That's what all of this shit is about. The technology and all that, the juice. You get the juice in you, then they want to get the chip. Well, that's going to allow them demons to jump on you and stay on you. The name ain't going to be able to save you. Nothing. People don't understand what's coming. This is the mark of the beast. If you mark something, I mark my tools at work. Why? To claim it. So the beast is claiming you. Shut the fuck up. The beast is claiming you. You gonna be claimed by this beast? By Esau and Satan? Go ahead, I. You can read it again.
Okay. This Revelation 13 and 17. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast.
Now he that had the mark or the name of the beast, go ahead.
Or the number of his name.
Or the number of his name, go ahead.
Revelation 13 and 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that has understanding count the number of the beast. But it is the number of a man, and his number is 600, 600.
600, 600. The infamous 666. 666. All right? And back in the Greek, you would pronounce it as chi xi stigma. All right? And stigma goes into what the mark or the etymon of the mark actually is, because stigma means to prick or to be pricked with or stamped with. All right? Like a person has a stigma, you know, like a woman can have a stigma as a hoe. And she's stuck with that title. Everybody knows that. Don't mess with her. They know it. That's the stigma that's on her. It's stuck to it. And she's pricked therewith. All right? That's the whole thing with this mark. All right? They want to prick you or stamp you. The beast wants to stamp you with this mark, which is the 666 mark, you know, which we learned from our apostles at Great Millstone. All right? Read it up. Go to mark.
Okay, I got it right here. Mark. I mean, it's the definition of mark is
The blue letter.
in the blue letter. It's G5. It's G5480 Karagma. Outline biblification is a stamp or imprinted mark of a mark stamp on the forehead or the right hand as a badge of the followers of the Antichrist.
Right. A stamp or an imprinted mark. But go to the right.
And then you go to the
root of paragma, you get to karax. All right, what does that say?
and it's Karax is G5482 outline. It's a pale, a stake, a palisade.
Pale, stake, or palisade.
Palisade.
Right? Right, which is like when you talk about a palisade, you're talking about a
Stake.
stake with a point, you know.
Devil in.
Now, yeah, how that relates to the mark, right? The way they're going to administer it or get it inside of you or prick you with is by way of a palisade in the form of a syringe. All right? A syringe is a palisade, a micro palisade. All right?
Yeah,
But then we go to from the
a syringe is a small metal palisade.
If I may add, they even got a syringe called a staked syringe, and at the point of the syringe is pointed to an end so it can penetrate.
they say to sharpen to a point through an ideal scratching, a stake, i.e. a palisade or rampart. It's like you just said,
A rampart.
rampart. So, yeah, I'm gonna go to grapple.
Yeah, that's the root of Karax. When we go into that, it's grapho. Okay? Go ahead.
This is grapho. It's G1125, and it says outline it says to write with reference to the form of the letter. Number one, to delimitate.
To write, like
To
you know,
write.
an autograph, a paragraph, it's just to write.
You would write.
Yeah, it's a field of writing, but it's going to be different variations of writing or writing. Go ahead, you can read.
Okay, number two, it say to write with reference to the contents of writing. One, to express the written characters, to commit the writing, things not to be forgotten, write down, records, used to those things which stand written.
That's what the chip is going to be used for records. All right? For the most part. All right, go ahead.
It's to use to those things which stand written in the scarce books. To write.
They want to turn everybody into machines. Computers or something worse. You know, when they can be able to, that, you know, that mark is going to be able to store your information, but you're going to constantly be being back, receiving and transmitting signals from the cloud or wherever, you know. So you, yeah, that's going to be hard, bro. And that's where your cancer and all that come in, like y'all was talking about. From that, you constantly beam with radiation. What you were saying?
I was going to say that's what the mRNA is. Basically, they are able to upload medicine, or that's how they administer it. That's how it's going to come off at. But really, they got some backhanded stuff they're going to be doing with that.
Oh
too.
yeah, definitely, because and that's part of how it's going to be ushered in is through the medical system. Because in the when Obamacare dropped, it made provisions for people to be implanted with electrical devices. So yeah, medical is going to be a big part of ushering that in and then pushing the miracles. A lot of it's going to be medical miracles. Oh, manage your blood sucrose. You don't have to stick your finger no more, or whatever.
Because they use that biotech in your phone. They your blood pressure up. Oh, we got to do this to you, so they'll give you
And that chip is going to give them the ability to do
Right.
that, because it's going to be reading your biometrics.
biometrics.
Right.
Biometrics.
And it'll be reporting constantly to the cloud, heart rate,
Yeah.
beats per minute, your breath rate, breaths per minute, all that's going to be, bowel movements, all of that. It's going to be on record.
And that's what it's like.
And then so no privacy, period. What you saying that?
And that's why they're doing these data centers. It's not just for AI. And for AI, it's used to collect data, but these data centers are is going to be used to collect information on you. That you got the saying, data is the new gold or the new currency. You see, all these things the chip is going to be receiving, how should I say, information from your body, like you was going into your blood sugar level, the amount of chemicals that's in your blood. You see? Exactly.
Yeah, and he's gonna be able to shut it down. Like you think you're gonna get you some tonight, you're gonna see that enzyme in your blood up, shutting that shit off.
Yeah, that's it. That's total control. That's total control, man.
It can give you, it can take your wood away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want to monitor what you do with your woman.
Yeah, ain't gonna be no reproduction. They don't want
They don't
no
want the
reproduction. And they got artificial wombs and all of that. They don't want, they want to control it. They don't want you to have the pleasure that comes with sleep.
They can control though. They all the information they got. They can tell you when you're gonna. They can forget. You're gonna do that murder today, or you're gonna commit that crime. They got pre-crime.
They got pre-crime. See, that's all going to be driven by AI, Palantir, and all of that. But you got it. Yes, sir.
Kind of, brother, it says databasing meaning. Databasing refers to the process of using a database, which is structured, organized collection of data stored and managed electronically for easy access, retrieval, and modification. It involves using a database management system to store data in an organized format, often as tables, allowing for efficient management, data integrity, and quick search and editing of information for various purposes.
See, then you get into blockchain, and that's why they need AI. They talking about surveilling the whole world. Even though they're gonna kill 90%, that's still, that's what they want. I ain't saying they're gonna do it. I know they ain't gonna, the Most High gonna be killing people. But what was I saying? Slipped my mind. Anyway, that was pretty much it on Grapho. So just going back into it, Grapho means to write, all right? And for the data and the information. They need, like when you go on the computer, you got read-only memory and all of that. It's a form of right.
They put all your information on that chip. You go in there, they probably out there, I don't know, but they go, they got all your
Yeah,
information,
you gonna have
all your
personal,
medical, everything in that chip.
the personal info is gonna be on it, as well as your medical and your financial.
That's all right. Yep.
All of that's gonna be, you know, on your personal chip so they could identify you. But yeah, it's gonna serve other purposes, nefarious purposes.
See, they started out a long time ago because
Yeah, that's old.
in the military, on your ID card is a barcode. It's got your whole medical history on it.
Yep. So you
know?
go to SRP.
Yeah,
Like
so
they
they
scan
scan it and shit.
So that
So,
shit gonna be on your head.
yeah, that's old technology.
Oh, there you go. They have everything. They can you hand your ID card.
Yep.
They bring everything up that you had. Everything.
Man,
They've been doing that shit. That's been 20 years ago.
yeah. So yeah, well that's pretty much it. But yeah, words can't do justice to describing the terror
Right.
that's coming. I mean, yeah,
The crazy thing is people see
No
what's
escape.
going on and still don't believe.
that's what I was saying today. I did a lesson on that. That what you just said, that the Most High is here. That people still sleep, they don't see it. That everything the Lord say, you know, watch for his return, and it's playing out.
Right.
You Christians the worst. You talk to them, they're going, the Lord about to come back. No, he ain't.
Not
Yeah.
in my lifetime.
And it's all, everything is right in their face. Yeah, I just did a lesson on that today. But it's real. This place is in the shit, and people think it's a future here.
Yeah.
I spoke about that.
50 years, 70 years.
Yeah. And planning, counting on 401ks and pensions.
Shit, how you gonna drink or take a bath in 10 years? The shit that they putting in the water, you know, how you gonna drink you a cup of water in 10 years from now? Shit, that'll eat through your damn esophagus.
Yeah.
The bad is the
Yeah.
groundwater's polluted.
You gotta get out of here, man. Yeah. He polluted everything that he can touch, because that's the border of wickedness. Yeah, Most I had to hide certain shit from Esau, because he'll fuck it up.
Yeah.
Like the prophet said that they hid the dinosaurs. Or the dinosaurs are hid from the Edomites. Maybe in the Congo. But they can't go down in parts of their Congo.
The scriptures talk about two beasts, the Leviathan and the Behemoth.
Yeah, the Leviathan is one Leviathan ruled the city of Behemoth on the earth. You know, ruled the earth. Yeah, hey, I guess we'll see them soon, I hope.
Yeah.
But yeah, they out there. The Leviathan in the sea, he the king of the sea. He ruled the ocean. You know, Behemoth, I just have to see it, you know. But you know, Leviathan is a thing of legend. Like it's folklore, it's real, but well, that's myth. Yeah, legend is real, myth is. But yeah, shit. You know, they talk about the Kraken and all that. That's Leviathan. You know, but hey, we have to wait and see on that. They exist, but yeah, I don't know where or what they look like. But yeah, I mean, yeah, with that we can close out. Y'all have any closing words and verses. So with that, we pray that y'all was edified and, you know, just scratch the surface. And when they getting ready to take all this AI, MOTB stuff, do your own research. This shit is serious. These Edomites are scared. They scared. Only reason our people ain't, they don't have no fucking idea what's going on. if they knew what was going on, they'd be scared. Not us,
Not us.
but the 2/3. This is what we've been, we saying bring it on. All right? You know that, hey, as we go, we must tribulation into the kingdom of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shasho. We're in the tribulation. We can't get out of here till y'all come on with this MOTV and this third woe. All right? With that comes Jacob's trouble and the hour of temptation. So we pray that you all were edified to the next one. Hey, we're going to say all praises, honor, and glory again unto
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Bahakadash.
Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, as well as the men that taught them, and peace and blessings to the 144,000, as well as the rest of the elect. To the next one, Shalom.
Shalom.
Thank y'all, brothers.
Oh, yeah, brother.